Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Tuesday's What Map. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, if you saw yesterday's show, it's quite safe for you to skip ahead to 1 minute and 40 seconds into the episode, because we're going to do the same as we did yesterday, and that's have a look at the Christmas schedule for the channel for the next couple of weeks. This week's a regular week with all the regular, requested and throwback Thursday maps. And then next week I'll be looking at 6 of the best from 2017, some of my favourite maps there. And then on New Year's Eve we'll have a look at the companion show for What Map that'll be launching on New Year's Day, and then from New Year back to normal. Now, if you didn't get a chance to watch it last night, also Skylines Talk is out, the final one of this mini-series, and it is a legend. You've got to watch this one straight after this show. It's a bloody penguin, and if you use any mods, then you'll know that name, and you'll know how much it's essential that we keep him in the game. So that's for later. Okay, today it's a subscriber request, and the request was for Vanilla Shore by Parkers, and here it is. So we have done Parkers before, and well, why not have another look again, see how they're progressing with their map building skills. It's map number 3 for them, and the first thought is it's quite simplistic, but also quite a nice aesthetic, I would suggest, to this one. There's your start square, and nothing wrong with that at all, quite happy with that. Just a little bit of water creeping into the corner, and also rail as well. There's your resources, once again fairly simplistic, and no problem at all with that. Pretty good for the vanilla player. There is absolutely no requirements at all, although I have used for this the satellite LUT. Also a little bit of a nod to my channel. Thank you very much for that, Parkers. It's greatly appreciated, and if everybody wants to shout about my channel, that would help me a lot. As would if everybody join my Patreon for $1 a month. That would, well, if everybody was a subscriber, was already contributing $1 a month, well, this would be a full-time job for me. It's not, but there we are. And this little bridge is lovely, very tidy, very simply done, and very nice. Up here we've got an intersection. If you head left from this intersection, it goes towards the start square, but not quite fully. This is a good choice of intersection. Yes, it's plopped, but people have plopped intersections before and they've been glitching, and just everything's been too high or too low, and all the slopes on this are beautiful. There's no pillars in the way, there's no glitching. The traffic seems to be flowing quite nicely. A little bit of a hold up there on the out, but it's a very good choice of intersection. And although it is plopped, choosing the right intersection is key. It saves you having to rebuild once you start the map. Right, anyway, so the map is very flat and very good for the vanilla player, for the beginner as well. And although the aesthetics aren't realistic and aren't really in the fantasy realm either, I think it's quite aesthetically, pleasing isn't the word, but it's not horrible. It's not horrible at all. It's different. A little bit of terraforming glitching going on there. Nothing to grumble about though. Once again, a very nice choice of intersection here. Everything at the right height again. Everything checks out. No pillars in the way. No glitching. No clipping street lamps or anything like that I've noticed. Very nicely done. Now the other 2 exits off of that highway, off of that intersection, go to the edge of the map. We're going to take this one because this heads towards our start square. And we do like to have a look at the start square, don't we? Well, I do anyway. And you should as well, because, well, what can I say? Without it, you're kind of lumbered. This is obviously the only highway going into Start Square. It's quite a long one as well, so although your city might grow quite large, you are definitely going to want to get more highway connections going out of it. Down here to a roundabout at the end here. Quite nice, and if you pull back and have a look at the Start Square as a whole, there we are. Got some factory units and the rail and a little dirt road going down to them. We won't look at that because we're taking the rail and we'll be flying through that factory area in a couple of seconds. So don't worry about that. The rail, very simplistic down here, no issues at all. One long straight line, very vanilla, very basic. And then a big jump over this river. It's nicely done. I've got to say the water is very choppy. And something we don't really look at too much in this particular review. But the water is hugely choppy there. Like I say, not a realistic map, so what can you say? Those hills in the distance are pillow-like, but they're fine for building. Right, here's how that factory unit area and like dead end. We've got gun placements. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. But there you go, not a realistic map, so it's fine. I shrug. It's fine. It's not horrific. It doesn't look stupid. It just, no, it's not realistic. And we'll have to let it go. Just let it go, BonBon. Let it go. Right. Okay. So we'll follow the rail off towards the fog, and in a few moments we'll be having our asset review. And this week, all of the assets in the asset review are Christmas themed. So I hope that you are feeling all ho 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 jovial, because I'm not a Christmassy person. I am definitely a map Grinch. So settle down, get your eggnogs ready. We're going across to Assetville, where it's been snowing. And here we are. Oh, it's also like lights are on. It's dark. What is that? Is that little tree I see over there? It is the Christmas tree by MrMaison. And MrMaison, we've had countless times before. We've even had him on Skylines Talk, and he's a lovely fella. I've got to tell you, he's a lovely fella. If you knocked on his door, he'd not give you a drink at all. He'd just send you on your way and say, "Oi, what's BonBon sending you around for a cuppa for? What's going on?" Anyway, it's very nicely illuminated with lots of twinkly things and a big silver star on the top. So if he thinks he's going to get an extra star for his reviews, he's wrong. Badly mistaken. It's the Christmas tree by MrMaison, today's asset. And more assets to come during the week. Next up, shipping routes. We've got two shipping routes, or one goes to the back side of that island and one goes to the front side of the island. So you're pretty much covered. We've got air routes as well. Water. Now we've got a lot of water spawning there, heading off out of the map. That's handy, I guess. Not realistic, but handy. And we've got a dirty great big waterfall system coming down side here, cutting through, and then goes two sides of this, say, not realistic again, island there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not getting stressed about it. But water flow there is plenty of. And now down here, this is the bit that enters the Start Square, so you can have no problems. So much water flow there, you can have no problems getting your sewage pulled away. Right, so let's have a look at this waterfall system. Right, now I'm going to say this, okay. The water looks quite nice, especially I'm giving it a LUT that kind of works for me. But there's no detailing at all. It kind of just looks a bit meh. That could be a really dramatic, beautiful waterfall system, and it just looks a bit meh. Meh. It's one of the modern words of today that I actually quite like. Meh. Anyway, the water is very choppy because of the way that it splits there as well. Over here we have got all beaches and forests. Vanilla forests, and as vanilla forests go, I kind of like this one. You know, their trees aren't the best trees, but kind of works. And in here, now this is enclosed in almost all four sides, so I would probably want to make that a big industrial area. trying to enclose all the pollution into that one zone there. That's what I would do there. I think that would be quite good fun. Over here, like I say, you've got the hills, and the hills you can build into and onto if you really wanted to. They are not completely inaccessible. Down here we've got a little bit of detailing. It's the quarry. We've got this little factory, and I like the way the sand has been drawn out from the quarry. It looks like it's been dragged and dropped by the trucks over the years. And okay, it's not the best bit of detailing, but it's interesting and different. And when you see something different, it just sort of livens the map a little bit. Got some trucks down here as well. Nothing unusual there. So lovely. What else can we look at? There's a bit more detailing around here. How about these fields? Now for me, these fields are possibly the standout, most memorable part of the map. Once again, they're not entirely realistic. They're patchworked, but I kind of like them. I like them for what they are. They're like windows of fields. Then over here we've got the castle. Now, as castles go, it's a bit of a mishmash. I kind of like it. Okay, first of all, we've got a moat. There's an awful lot of water spawning out of this moat, which I'm not massively keen on, but there you are. And then as we go into the castle, we've got this entrance area here. We've got the keep. We've got not one, but two graveyards as well. Various other rock detailing and prehistoric Bronze Age kind of detailing as well. As a whole, it's not bad actually. I think there could have been an even more splendiferous castle than that there. I think it's missing a trick a little bit there, I'm afraid. Ah, and I see the essential lighthouse. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Just out there. Now, the thing is, that's not bad actually, but is it really required there? Is there going to be any shipping route in any danger of hitting that? I would say no, to be honest with you. If there's going to be any danger of hitting anything, it would be down here. Just around the corner from where it is. That's where it would be. Roughly where this jetty's been plopped in. We've got an abandoned cottage as well there. So I'd take that lighthouse and I would have moved it around a little bit. I think that's more dangerous there. We've also got this island. Don't like it as a bonbon island, I'm afraid. But we've got a lighthouse on each end. Once again, set far too back from the water's edge to be any use to the shipping. And once again, is that going to prevent anything from running aground? I don't think so. Not so essential, those essential lighthouses. Right, so one quick overview of the map again. Lots of build plane. You build a big old city on here. I think you can have an awful lot of fun. Where shall we land? Where shall we land? Over here. These window fields, I like them. We'll have a look at them to finish. Aesthetically, you know, first of all, for a vanilla map, it's not bad, okay? I can't give it anything more than a 3, but it's probably a high 3 for me. So 3 stars for aesthetics. Detailing, what detailing is there is fine. It doesn't quite jump off the page for me, so I'm going to give that again 3 stars for details. Gameplay potential, I think there's a lot of potential with this map. You can build a big city. It's easy for the newbie players and possibly interesting enough for some of the more experienced players as well. I'll give that a 4 stars for gameplay. And that is Vanilla Shore by Parkers, and I'm glad to see it. Thanks, Parkers. Nicely done. Right, well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing, and a special thanks to all my Patreon subscribers. If you subscribe now, $1 a month, you'll get your name in the credits for January, so it's not too late. Feel free to put your hand in your pocket, because I'll love you for it. I will. I will actually send you a kiss through the post.